Hi, I thought I'd do a quick video on how to repair usual encoders in rack pieces, which are usually loaded with them. You know, these rotary knobs, which are not potentiometers, but they're called encoders, and they are doing a stepping functions, and usually, well, not usually, but in many cases they go wonky. They jump all around. They don't do a continuous adjustment, but they jump back and forth between large and small values randomly. So they become useless after a while. And the reason I made this video is because I came across this Lexicon MPX 550, which is a nice and good one, but everyone's complaining about the encoders, and the unit I got, obviously second hand, was also faulty, and the encoder issue was there as well. So I fixed the encoder, and this is just a quick idea and a small encouragement on how to do this. So first of all, obviously take apart the whatever unit you're fixing. It's not just about the MPX 550. You can do any kind of encoder with the same method. They're basically all the same inside. They're working on the same principle, and they've got very similar parts inside. So whatever unit you got, whatever rack device you got, take it apart. Don't worry about it. If you're not causing an intentional damage, if you're not yanking it, if you're not rude with it, you can take it apart without damaging it. Once you're taking apart your device, it's possible and it's very likely that you will have to remove the whole motherboard. So the baseboard that is at the PCB that it's in there, you will have to remove that. You will have to disattach all the cables, which can be a bit fussy. And also I suggest take pictures. Before you take apart anything, take pictures of every angle. Where are the connections? Where do these little connector lines go? And in this way you will remember where to put them back. Once you've removed the motherboard, then you will have access for the encoders. The encoders most likely are soldered into the motherboard. So you will have to desolder that. Otherwise you won't have access for the encoder, or maybe in some cases you can get access without desoldering. In my case, I'm using a desoldering machine, which it makes it really easy for me, because it is just a heated pipe that sucks in the solder when you press the trigger. If you don't have that, there are ways to desolder things. Don't want to go in there, you can look it up on YouTube. If you really haven't got any experience in soldering, and especially desoldering, then maybe just take more time and be more careful and be wise and figure it out on the go. It's possible, not rocket science. So once you've taken out the encoder, then it's usually fitted or put together with little metal ears, and you can pry away these little metal ears that are holding together the encoder, because the goal is to take it apart completely. Because the reason why they go bad is it's either build-up of some kind of oxidization on the surface, so they won't make the connections, or not always, or maybe just partly, so that they go wrong with the connections. And that's partly because of the oxidization. And yes, of course, yeah, everyone says that, yeah, that's the first thing, yeah, spray it with detoxy and spray it with contact spray. Well, it's not guaranteed that that will help, because there's another reason for the encoder to go wrong, and that is these little metal springy connectors, rings, different shaped shiny metal springy connectors. They lose their tension, they get old, they don't completely contact with the surface which they're supposed to. So the trick is just retension them. That means move them towards a way, bend them to a way when they will have a bit more force pushing against that plate they're supposed to touch. I hope it's clear this way. So you just bend those little metal parts so that they will have more springy tension, and they will firmly contact with their other marrying part. Maybe one more trick. Sometimes it's good if you somehow scratch or rough the surface of their counterpart. This in many cases it's applied on a green layer of PCB, and there is some kind of contact material there, and because of the oxidization, that surface may develop some resistance, and if you, with a very fine sandpaper or something that's got a bit rough edge, you scrape that off, then the contact will be restored again. I think that's it. Obviously you put it together and enjoy your work, and then no need to send it to repair shops, no need to return the unit, and we can be happy. So good luck with it.